We have our first match ready to go. It is Minnesota Nice, and it is We're Better Than Chermil. Getting things going in our first matchup on stream today, as we will get this, get it going here pretty quick. With that said, $1,000 on the line. Teams vying for a lion's share of that prize pool. Should be a really fun couple of days. We've got a lot of matches for you to cover. We've got a couple of different casting teams that are going to be on display throughout. So we are just about ready for Rocket League, though. I think we're going to get the signals into the teams and get them in, and we will get this first game going. It's a best of 3 matches all the way throughout the group stages. So that's where we're at. And here we go.
All right, I'm excited.
Yep.
I don't know about you, Curtis, but 2v2 is my favorite game type. It's the game type I play the most, and it's the one that I actually prefer out of all of them. So this is going to be good.
There's a couple of advantages to the 2v2 style. There's a lot more open space for these teams to really show their individual skill, as well as opposed to 3v3 where there's more of a system. You can really kind of showcase different strategies, different styles towards the opponent's net in a 2v2 environment that you really can't in a 3v3.
Oh, definitely. And in the space alone, I mean, not having those other 2 guys on the field, it just gives you space for exactly what you said. You might go creative. You might keep the pace up. Kind of have that choice in what you do. So I really like that about the 2v2. That's kind of my most preferred because of that reason. I like to slow it down sometimes, and 2v2 can give you that opportunity, whereas sometimes in 3s, you got to kind of keep up the pace. You don't really have a lot of chances for those solo plays.
Yeah, exactly. You play more in a team-type environment. And you really got it. There's a fine balance, too, in 2v2, where if you stay too far back, you can really get burned because the other team may be more aggressive than you. But if you are too aggressive, then you can get beat on the back end of some other plays. So there really is a fine balance, and you really find that in a synergy with a teammate. We've got a couple of teams here that have been to numerous MidwestLANs and numerous Mad City tournaments. The main team that I'm thinking of right now, J Boogie and Fish Rules Soy, who have been at, I believe it's 5 total LANs that Mad City has put on, and this is their 3rd MidwestLAN. So that's good stuff from them. Look forward to seeing what they can do down the pipeline. So still working on getting the teams in, and we'll get this one going. But the fun doesn't stop. We've got games all over the place at MidwestLAN. You got Rocket League, of course. You're seeing that here. You've got Counter-Strike. You've got Hearthstone. You've got, I believe I saw some StarCraft as well that's getting played. There's a lot of different activities, environments, things that are going on behind us, and it makes things fun. But we're ready to go. Game 1 about to get underway. Minnesota Nice, and We're Better Than Chermil, and we get things started with an immediate attack from We're Better Than Chermil, and that's going to be taken away. That's Mexican Diabetes trying to get this one towards the blue net. Back to the side wall it goes. Gian, touch into the middle. Taken away. Minnesota is going to try to put this towards the net. It's a little bit of a miss there at midfield, incoming towards the sidewall. Plenty of boost. Going to try to get this into the middle. Does so. Chance for a shot. That's not going to go. It'll be right wing to left wing side. Trying to keep possession for the moment, but it looks like Chermil is going to take this ball and try to get it out towards mid, and they are not going to be able to. That's a change in possession. Turnover in their own end as we play about 50 seconds in. And already Minnesota Nice starting to find a little bit of an attack, but they can't get anything directed towards that net. Yeah, definitely all the pressure right now coming from Minnesota Nice as they spent that first minute in the WBTC zone. Finally, we do get a counter here coming from blue. They're not able to get that shot on, but close there. I like the skill employed here from Minnesota Nice. They're definitely creating the pace right now in the field. Mark's been a little bit late to the party trying to get that one towards the net. In comes Mexican Diabetes. The contact is made, but not enough on it. And back the other way comes King. Left wing side. Up off the ceiling. Coming straight down left wing again. It's going to be a chance. Oh, nice pass. Not quite able to put that towards the net. As the Chermil guy is trying to find it. It's going to be off the back looking for a double, and that's not going to go. It's going to be in the offensive corner again. This will creep back out towards midfield. Still scoreless as we play for about a minute 45 into game 1. These teams kind of feeling each other out. Both teams have had chances, but can't find the contact when it matters most. Yeah, and I think right now, WBTC doing a good job of just staying with this offensive attack of Minnesota Nice. Obviously, Nice has had most of these chances here, but still scoreless, so they've done a good job on defense. Like to see them maybe try to push as well. They're sort of waiting for the play to come to them. Maybe see if they can get something going on their own. Mexican Diabetes with a good challenge on the sidewall. Out comes Minnesota, but they're going to lose possession here. Very, very tight defensive play, but a good challenge will send it deep into the Chermil end. That's top of the box. Chance in front, looking for our first goal. Can't find it. Still 3:33 to go, or 2:33 to go. Halftime come and gone in game one, as this will get into the orange corner once more. Both teams trying to work out of that corner. This is going to be a chance. Angled scores! That's a gorgeous play from Gian, making it a 1-0 lead from Chermil.
Yeah, Gian, we said they didn't have much offense, but it just takes one chance here. He gets both the assist and the dunk there on Marksman. Good play by him to stay with it. And the first goal, despite all that pressure from Minnesota Nice, comes to the blue side.
2:37 into gameplay. We finally have our first strike of our streamed matches in the group stage. This will be towards the sidewall. Minnesota trying to get back, or get themselves on the board for the first time in this series. They're going to lose possession. That goes into the corner, pass out top. It would have been a good threes pass, not a good twos pass, and they have to try to keep possession in the Minnesota end. Chance for Marksman to move it out. Fails to do so. Mexican out towards the sidewall, but it looks like Chermil going to have possession there. Getting back towards that boost orb on the side. Good takeaway from Chermil, and that's going to go back towards the net, but immediately removed from being a threat. 100 seconds to go in game one. Little dribble play up top of the box. That's not going to go, and it'll be a chance for Minnesota to move it back in off the side. That is Mexican looking for a double tap, and that's going to be a nice challenge to keep that one away with 1:30 to go. Minnesota trying to basically poke the bear and see how far they can get without getting attacked on the other end, but they need to start pressing a little bit more here.
Yeah, I'd like to see some shots on goal as well. They're not forcing the saves. You see a lot of play in the corners, but not really any difficult shots that are forcing tough saves for WBTC. So right now for Minnesota Nice, despite all this pressure, they are down, and if they don't get a goal here, this may be game one.
Oh, that's a good defensive clear off the back wall, as that touch really put it off the back, or off the crossbar. Chance for WBTC to get it out. They have possession. Back midfield. That's a chance. It's going to be Marksman with an opportunity, but that's a good save and a nice transition play. That's an empty net to work with. Can he get there in time? He can, and it's going to be King Jacob bringing it back. It's a 2-0 lead.
Little breathing room there for this WBTC squad. Obviously, Minnesota Nice are having to take a few chances on the other side of the field, and that leaves their net wide open. That means a 2-0 lead here for Blue, and just 46 seconds to go, Curtis. It's looking like it may be game one for WBTC.
Well, we'll see. 45 seconds. They need at least one in the next probably 15 to 20 to give themselves a viable shot to a last-second tying goal. They have it in the offensive zone for the moment. That's going to go off of the back wall. It'll go right wing side, but it's cast aside. Chance for, oh, that's not going to work. WBTC loses possession. Back comes Minnesota the other way. Off the corner. Up is Mexican. He will put it back in his own end inadvertently, and now they'll have to start from scratch here. 15 seconds to go. Good long clear. That's an opportunity. That's in front. Can he get there in time? It's off the crossbar. Not going to go. 8 seconds to go. There is going to be a chance. If they score it before the 1 second mark, they will not. Time will run out, and we're better than Chermil. We'll take game number one in this best of three.
Yeah, that was a good start from them. You saw them starting off on defense, so we wondered if they were going to be able to get down the field and score some goals. But in the end, they're able to do so. They get that first one, and I think that gave them a lot of confidence as well. I would have liked to see some more pressure from Minnesota Nice. I thought they had the first part of the game, honestly, so maybe some hesitation there. I saw a shot right near the end where they could have put it on. They could have went for it. They were down 2-0. They got to go for that.
They were spooked a little bit by the counterattack. They got burned a couple times on the counterattack, which really kind of drew them back into their own zone a bit, put them into a little bit of a shell. So if they can get past that storm and just still be the aggressors, I think they'll be fine. But you're right. They did not. They basically gave that side of the field to WBTC. We'll see if they can fix that in game two. This will be off the left post. Off the crossbar it goes. Chance for Mexican. That's their trying for their first goal, and they will get it. Far side, it's 1-0 Minnesota.
First goal there, and it only takes them 8 seconds to finally get on the board here. They were shut out in game one, but determined to not let that happen here in game number two. It was weak. I thought it might have been saved, but it was enough for Diabetes to get his team on the board here.
Good placement, because if you'd put it right at him, you're right, it's an exact save. So 1-0 lead for Minnesota Nice as they try to tie this series up and force a decisive game three. This is going to be a chance for a double. Good defensive back play by King Jacob. And Chermil, chance for a clear. That's going to go off the back left wing side. Looks like there was Mexican who was a little bit back far, and Mexican will get the kill on the demo. That's going to go off the sidewall. Jump into the middle for King Jacob. Chermil will give chase, as will Mexican Diabetes. Off the back. That's a nice little pass play, but it's not going to be near the intended target. Left wing side. Chance. Marksman. Crossbar and away, very close, and that's an empty net runner, and it's going to be 10-5 touchdown for WBTC. It is King Jacob who ties the game.
Yeah, all he had to do was put it downfield. You saw the second attacker for Minnesota Nice too far forward. Got to be real careful with that in twos. You don't have that third man to back you up, so you can't have both guys just crowding the box unless you know it's a good chance.
That was a very, very big goal and almost an immediate answer. Only about 30 seconds had gone by. This will be a chance for WBTC again to get this one deep into the orange end. That'll be a bounce. It'll go above the crossbar. They have it around that boost pad. Here's Mexican. He's going to have a chance with the carry, looking for the near side. That's a nice play by King Jacob. Now he might have possession, but he goes underneath the ball, gives possession back to Minnesota Nice. Has control of the ball. Chance near side, can't do it, clears out the lane. Shot is off the post, the double tap is good. Mexican Diabetes gives Minnesota the lead again.
Yeah, it finishes it off, but that was all marksman. That is twos right there. If you can beat the player in front of you, it's an immediate odd man situation, and Mexican Diabetes makes no mistake there on that 2-on-1, able to finish it off, and a nice tap there too, because that initial shot was not online.
80 seconds into game number 2, and it's a 2-1 contest. This will go back away from the blue squad to the WBTC. This will be up towards the ceiling. Mexican Diabetes will wait to challenge. He will take the ball now. That's off the corner. Good clear by WBTC. That's going to be back towards that blue net. Chermil needs a defensive touch to be able to get this one away from their net. That's going to be a crossing pattern in front of the goal line. Still a chance for Minnesota to make this happen. This is far side, but a little bit too far for the intended target. Still a chance, but finally they still give up possession. Minnesota has possession for a long time in this offensive end. Now all they need to do is kill time, and eventually, they can keep the ball away from their net. They'll be fine.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting though. We still haven't seen a ton of pressure when they get this pressure down at the end. They've got all this zone time and still not very many shots to show for it. I think honestly, if Minnesota Nice just start putting shots on net, they're going to really pressure this WBTC squad.
And Marksman could have done better with that pass. That's a chance though. He's going to make it happen far side. He says he'll do it himself. 3-1 lead for Minnesota Nice.
Yeah, the pressure just too much here for WBTC. A good follow-up there by Marksman. He's able to put it home. We're seeing the defense stretch thin here a lot for WBTC. They're kind of lucky, I think, to get that first game because right now they're looking a little bit outclassed compared to Minnesota Nice.
Well, this is where, in the last game, Minnesota started to falter. They started to give possession and zone time to the WBTC boys, so we'll see if that's a recurring theme. Back the other way comes Mexican. Mexican Diabetes off the corner wall, looking for a pass out to Marksman, who finds it on the angle that bounces off the post. It'll ricochet out for the moment, and eventually it's going to be taken aside. This is going to be a play towards the sidewall for WBTC. Off the back, taken in by Marksman, and it looks like Mexican will chase it down into the blue end. Still 2 minutes to go. Corner bounce looking for the pass top of the box. Doesn't matter, and Mexican Diabetes finds the angle, and possibly it's a 4-1 lead.
Started to see that skill separate them just a little bit. Diabetes off the wall and going to take his own. You saw both defenders going up, but neither able to make it. It was a double commit, but it doesn't matter because the play is not made. The lead now 4-1 for Minnesota Nice, and this is a situation where WBTC got to regroup a little. They at least got that game 1 win, but they don't want to get too far away here.
And Gian was cheating up on that kick, but can't quite take possession. Off the corner wall, needs a touch, and at the goal line, chance for Mexican Diabetes are starting to run away with game 2.
Yeah, game 2 may be getting out of hand here. It's another good play. Marksman in that corner, and the defense not there, able to just put that right to the center. That's going to be Diabetes just clearing it up. They're really using the corner to their advantage. I'd like to see WBTC try to go up on the wall and meet these before they get into the front of their net.
This is the bed that We're Better Than Chermil have made for themselves. They got to try to make it real quick. If not, they're going to fall in game 2. This will be off the back, the double touch opportunity. Ended up almost being a triple for Mexican. Can't quite find the back end touch. King Jacob working above Gian. Gian waiting on the goal line for We're Better Than Chermil. That's off the sidewall. Off the side again, that'll be a touch top of the box, but a big problem here for Chermil. That's going to be left wing side, and finally Chermil can work it out off the side wall and put it back into the orange corner for the moment. Almost 70 seconds left in game 2. Minnesota nice in good shape to force a game 3 decisively for this particular series. This will be off the side, and it will ricochet back into the Minnesota end. Seems like Chermil just seems satisfied giving possession back to the Minnesota guys deep in their end, and Minnesota grabs it and brings it all the way back down.
Yeah, right now it's going to be tough. I think this game is probably over and done with, so this may be a situation where they think about what they need to do for game 3. It's still going to be a 1-1 series, so they've got that going for them. Remember, this is best of 3, so next win here is going to take it.
Next win after this game anyway. This will be a chance for Gian. Gian with the Plinko ball towards the far side of the orange net, and it's going to be him confirming his own goal. They have a 3-goal deficit to work with. Yeah,
he's able to beat the defender there, and then it's all him. And twos is like that sometimes. If you're on a one-on-one situation, just one guy to beat, and you're going to have an open net. Maybe they can build off of this a little bit here. Still, though, just 2 goals. This 5-goal explosion from Minnesota nice. A real good performance from them. This is more what I expected when I saw them in the first game.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a turnaround, a lot of a turnaround from the first game where they weren't able to get on the board at all. So very, very good stuff from those guys. 19 seconds to go. Off the sidewall, chance for Diabetes, put this back towards net. Good pass, trying to get there is going to be Marksman, can't find it. Back at the midfield line, that's put up into the air. Good takeaway from King Jacob, who has the physical play. And it looks like that is going to seal the fate of game 2. Minnesota Nice takes game 2. Final count 5-2, and we have a game 3 on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected this maybe going into game 2. I did not expect that Minnesota Nice would go down easily. And considering how much they've had that zone time, you just expected that at some point they're going to get a goal. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're saving the shots when they come in. If you're giving up that much time in your zone, eventually you're going to give up a goal.
Yeah, exactly. And as these two teams play, remember that their results here feed into the double elimination bracket. So wins absolutely important going into tomorrow's grand finale bracket that we have set. But this is a big third game because neither one wants to start their group stage off with a loss in the first series. So this is a very big moment, and I think the start of for both these teams is crucial.
Yeah, oh, definitely. You said it. I was actually going to say that same thing. That first goal, whoever can get that first goal is going to be in a good position. And honestly, for We're Better Than, they've got to get that first goal as far as I'm concerned. As soon as they went down in that game 2, it was not looking good.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do that. I think Giam is the guy to step up for Chermil. That's going to be off the back. Not going to work. Giam had well, we didn't call his name a whole bunch other than the 1 goal he had. It was really the only main time he touched the ball in that second game. That'll be a chance for Minnesota to move it ahead. They run into each other at midfield. Do take possession, however. Ooh, looks like Chermil backing off a bit. That challenge is a real good one, though, from King Jacob, and that's going to find its way home from the parking lot. It's a 1-0 lead.
I was about to say, why are these guys playing so far back? Nobody was challenging, but they were just waiting for their moment, and it gets them that first goal on the counterattack. Defensive shell a little bit sometimes for We're Better Than, but it works at times. So if they can work that counterattack to their favor, it may be good.
Super high awareness. They just realized that Minnesota was a little bit scrambly at that midfield line too, so that'll work.
They're not used to players just playing in the box 2 defenders. They're like, how do we attack this?
This will be off the corner. Chance for Minnesota to get a first one. That's not going to work. Now it's a runner back the other way. Is Jacob going to find it? He's on a boost. He's going to have to put this into the middle and hope for Giam to get there. This will be a takeaway, though, as Minnesota clears the line. Still a chance for Giam. Shot, crossbar down on the goal line. Can't get it there. Big save on the goal line. And that is a monstrous play by Marksman to get there in the nick of time.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. First it was the wide open net and then the shot there, but the second goal not going to happen for the Blue Squad, and now they may give it up as
they will.
That ball there just tap in for Mexican Diabetes.
And Mexican Diabetes gets an absolute gift. He puts it basically up the wall. Giam can't make contact, and I think King Jacob thought something else was going to happen with that roll, and he flies by it as well. And don't look now, Minnesota's tied the game as we're on minute 11 in.
Yeah, and that's not good for We're Better, especially when they had the chances like they did. They could have easily gone up 2-0.
This will be towards the near side. Chance off the wall. Both Minnesota players in the same spot, but they do have possession. Trying to drive it home. Good play by Giam to be able to get in front of that ball and knock it aside. Still a chance. near side. Minnesota, oh, double commit on defense. That's a problem, potentially. Up is Diabetes. Can't get the touch. Good job by King Jacob to make the contact first. This will be near side again. A lot of blue zone time as we're better than Shermiel on the defensive a lot. As Gian makes contact, at least gets it back to midfield, but right at Marksman again as he will keep the ball in. The forecheck really good for Minnesota right now. A little bit of a hockey term thrown in, but it makes a lot of sense in this atmosphere.
Yeah, and honestly, I think they're recognizing the defensive space that WBTC are giving them. They've got the time to make the plays. Don't force it. Don't put the ball on net. Don't put it into their hands. Try for the play here, and you see it. Mexican Diabetes finishes it off, but they are working the corners. They're just using the corners to get it past the defender, and then that second man comes in.
They're 100% just tiring the blue guys out as well. They're not making the contact that they should be. They're running out of boost. They can't go get boost because they're constantly going for the double commits as well. That's something they have to correct if they are to make a case about this third game. This will be a chance in the orange. That's a nice passing play. Tried for a tic-tac-toe with the midfield. Back the other way is Gian. Gonna go past Mexican Diabetes as he'll take it in his own corner. Touched midfield, trying to fall on top of it. Gian off the side. Looking near side. Demo in the corner, sees Diabetes, have to wait 3 seconds to play again. It'll be a runner back the other way, an empty net to work with, and Marksman able to make it a 3-1 lead. The Demo seemed to have helped.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Demo's going to open up the field, but was it his teammate that got demoed, or was it the other player?
It was his teammate that got demoed, but I'm not sure if the distraction caused it. Gian missed it at midfield in the challenge, and there we go.
I mean, I like fire. So, I mean, anytime there's fire, I'm like, oh, fire.
All right, note to self, Sam is a pyromaniac. Awesome. This will be off the sidewall. Left wing side. Shermiel needs to get this clear. Still 2:17 to work with in this third game, decisive game in this first series of groups. This will be a chance for Diabetes trying to get one more. Drops from the heavens and to the net. The explosion makes it a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, they take advantage again of the weak defense here from WBTC. No challenge, or not in time at least, for Jacob, and that leaves Diabetes all alone in the air. It seems like it was only a matter of time for them to just sort of separate themselves from the other side. I think we're seeing that now.
A little bit of separation on the style points as well. Good stuff. Diabetes with the contact. Shermiel having a hard time clearing the ball from their own end, and that's where a lot of their issues have sourced from in this third game. They do have an opportunity here to get one back if they can keep it past midfield. It doesn't look like that's going to happen for long term. There's a miss from King Jacob. Good demo there on Diabetes, but it's still back the other way. And that's going to bounce top of the box. Giam's going to miss. Good touch by King Jacob. He'll get this back into the offensive zone. They need one quick if they have a chance. This is a shot, angled shot for Giam on the pass far side. That's not going to go. And Minnesota Nice will have a chance in the blue end, but Giam gets there first, and the challenge is won by him. And we go up the sidewall once more. Minute 12 to go. They got to get one real quick, but that's a problem. It's going to be far side off the post along the goal line. It eventually bounces out. And Shermiel, if they can turn this into a 2-point swing, they may have a shot here, but they need to get one quick, and it looks like Minnesota Nice on defense solid enough to keep that chance away. Yeah,
and they got to be a little bit quicker, too, on these counterattacks. Got to get the ball on net. Doesn't happen for them, and now that's 5 straight goals here for Minnesota Nice. Remember, WBTC, they got the first goal of this game. But after that, it's just been all Minnesota Nice. 5 unanswered as King Jacob a little late on that sideways challenge. Needed to make contact on that to keep it away from the net. Good stuff. Got the demo, didn't get the ball. And Mexican Diabetes adds one more. 5-1 with 51 seconds to go, and it looks like, barring any kind of huge comeback, that Minnesota Nice will win this series by a final count 2-1, as it looks like they'll get one back, does Gian, to make it a 5-2 game. Yeah, not a bad play by him. You see the pressure from Minnesota Nice. They realize they just want to put goals on the board right now. Gian does get it past, but like you said, it's going to take a little mini miracle, I think, for them to get back. But they got 40 seconds. You never know.
One every 13.33 seconds.
Man,
to see if they can do it.
Math guy.
I mean, caster math practice, it doesn't go too well sometimes. That said, this will be a chance for Minnesota to get it out. Giam is there. Giam might have a chance at this, but good contact by Marksman to keep that one away from the goal line. Good bump as well. He took King Jacob away from the ball. That's important. 23 to go. More time being ticked off this clock. It keeps ticking away on this third game, and Marksman officially puts it away with 17 left, make it 6-2.
Yeah, that's going to do it as, again, the defense just lets them down on the side of WBTC. They just couldn't find those clears all match. You saw them hemmed up in their zone for nearly the entire match, and it's going to be real hard to win that way.
Yeah, that's difficult. 17 to go in a 6-2 contest. As we get things set up for the end of this series, this is a matchup that, well, Tramiel wants it back, I feel like, because they had some opportunities, but they just could not keep possession when it mattered most. And Minnesota going to add some style points at the end, maybe. They will. It's Mexican Diabetes from the next county, make it a 7-2 game.
Yeah, I gotta say, I like the breakout too. I was originally a breakout user, so I gotta throw some love Mexican Diabetes way for still rocking the breakout. You see so many octanes, Curtis.
Yeah, there's a lot of octanes. I'd say probably 30 to 40% of the player base probably uses that car.
Easy.
Including myself, so that makes a lot of sense. So we see the first series go by. That was a good one for Minnesota Knights. They come through and get the win 2-1 in that series. They really owned possession of the ball, and the Tramiel guys, they couldn't keep it away for any longer than a couple seconds.
Yeah, and I think you see that a lot with teams that maybe have a little bit more skill, where they play that patient game. They're maybe not trying to force anything. They're just seeing if they can overwhelm the defense. And we saw that there in that series, because eventually those goals are going to go through. And honestly, for We're Better, I kind of wish they could have buried some of those chances. You know, they had a chance to go up 2-0 on that breakaway and weren't able to convert. I wonder maybe how the game might have gone a little bit different. They could have got a little bit of a lead.
They hopped in the tilt train a little bit too. At the end of the second game and the end of the third game, they gave up the 5 unanswered at the end of the third game. After the second one, you kind of started to sense that, you know what, this probably wasn't going to be their game when they needed it to be the most.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I mean, that is Rocket League, right? Where this series, I think, really showed the skill gap, but also how teams can stay in it as well. Because I would say Minnesota Knights probably have a pretty good skill advantage over We're Better. But you saw We're Better, they were hanging in it, and that really defines Rocket League for me.
Yeah, that'll work.